Cash Game Festival.
It's Cash Game Festival.
Cash Game Festival.
Ladies, girls and boys and men, don't ever miss the Cash Game Festival.
Hello, 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 and welcome back for day 4 of Cash Game Festival action here in Bucharest. Going to be joined by the one and only Oldroyd.
I am.
Here he is with the glasses on. How'd you get on last night, mate? We had a bit of a rip roar in that karaoke bar, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Had a good night.
How you feeling? A bit worse for wear?
I feel alright.
Yeah?
Feel alright.
You sounded real croaky on the phone.
I feel, yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to style it out a bit.
Okay. So getting things popped off here with some 1-3 no limit hold'em action. Ondro, you can see there, menacing player from Bratislava. Very much someone that puts the hours in on the study and does pay off for him. He is a tough opponent to play against. Very selective with his hand selection pre-flop. However, does play very aggressively and very optimally post-flop. So it'll be interesting to see what he's up to. Uri as well there in seat 6. Also someone that knows his way around the poker table. So you can see there relatively deep stacked action between 100 and 170 big blinds. No one in there on the absolute spin for 50 bigs, which is always good. Makes it a bit awkward for the deeper stacks. Quite a good strategy in live Omaha as well, to buy in short if you've got a very splashy, loose aggressive table. However, not so much in Hold'em when you do just get the 2 cards to play with. So you've been one of the big winners this week. What's did you manage to get? You didn't manage to get that spot.
No, not quite. No. I think if the competition ran over consecutively, I think I might have won it.
Oh, the cumulative profit.
Yeah. Like I had a bad day the first day on stream. I lost around 120 bigs, but then the next 3 sessions I end up making about 3k in total.
Lovely.
So yeah, a good week so far.
Good stuff.
Still got another day to go, so it could be dusted off yet.
Oh, and we've got a little bit of a action player here in the big blind with the 6-2 off, calling second. And now Tibby from the small blind decides his top on the flop is going to be good for a lead. Uri has a lot of equity here, 2 overcards and an open-ended draw. Won't like that diamond too much, but definitely still has enough to continue with. Does have the benefit of position as well. Can certainly turn his hand into a bluff on some runouts, and that's an interesting river card as Uri gets there with the straight and his opponent having just top pair. Quite a quick check as well. I don't think people would be checking that quickly with the flush. They'd be more likely to sort of ponder their decision. Do I want to bet again?
Absolutely, yeah. And we do see the bet from Uri on the button and the snap call from Tibby. Gets shown the bad news.
Yeah, showing the bad news. Uri getting there with the straight. And the best way to get there as well, he might not have been paid off for the queen if the queen came. With his opponent still having top pair, he decides to flick in the call there. And
I think he knows he's beat at that point when
yeah. So 3 reggish looking players sort of in the middle of your screen there. The guy in the middle there, that's the guy you've been playing with a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, Malinte, is it?
Malinte, yeah, that's right.
He played on the stream yesterday. We had a few decent battles on and off the stream. Bluffed me off of bottom set in quite a big pot. So he's capable of putting off some plays. Malinte.
Absolutely.
Seat 4 fold, seat 5 fold, seat 6 fold, seat 7 fold, C2 fold. Give me ball, please. C5 fold, C6 fold, C7 raise it to 10, C2 fold, C3 fold, C4 fold.
Oricicul la masa 10, showdown. Short stack Ash versus As down. În continuare 46 de jucători, a 7-a mână, start. Start.
Okay, so a couple of inconsequential hands there. People folding round, and Alex is going to be coming in with the limp with the Queen 5 suited. What's your play? Just open the Queen 5 suited you in the cut-off? I think I would.
Cut-off, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Andre there deciding to ISO with the Ace-6 suited. Is out of position, so does want to go that little bit larger and goes for the 4.75 excising. And Milinte here, late position versus late position. Definitely want to be attacking this at a decent frequency with the Ace-10. Does get that fold. So a nice well-timed play there from Milinte. When they are over 100, 150 big blinds and you do have an opponent out of position versus you there, they're really not going to be 4-betting that much.
Yeah.
So it's nice to just take control of the pot.
Yeah, apply max pressure.
Absolutely.
Against a small blind.
And that's the way to battle against a regular player like Andre, who's, if you do cold call there, you sort of give up the initiative in the pot. Makes it a lot more difficult to play. So Uri there taking an early lead up to the tune of 180 euros. So how many big blinds is that? 60. So he's going to need 345, was it, to beat?
More in it.
Yeah.
C4 raise to 8. C5 fold.
So Andre there in seat 4, opening up with Queen 10. Favourite hand is aces, of course, as any PO solver guy would say. The most EV. Favourite poker player is Boris Sinelli, who's a very well-known player in Bratislava. Guy who will come into the casino and say, look, we're going to play 2-5, it's going to be 500 minimum, and I'm going to make it 50 blind every hand. And he's just one of those guys that completely changes the dynamic in the whole casino room, not just on the table.
Yeah.
He's loud, he's fun, and he's ready to play.
Yeah, ready to gamble.
Yeah.
And,
I got a seat on his direct left and run like the absolute god against him about 3 or 4 months ago.
must be nice. I think he stacked me for about 2k. Because when a 2-5 game turns into a 2-5-50 game, it's,
it does get a bit hairy, doesn't it?
can be easy to dust it off against players like Boris.
Yeah, just because it's tough to put him on a hand.
Very tough, yeah.
And he's very good at going for the thin value because he knows that he will be blasting so much that he has to.
For someone so loose, he's not a particularly bad player.
No, he's not.
Like,
No.
He knows his value hands.
He loves those Banco Casino tournaments as well. Just goes in there, fires 14 bullets, but then he's just always got the lot on the final table.
Yeah, it's a good answer to that, Boris Seleni.
Yeah.
I'd say he's up there with mine as well.
Yeah, he's a top man.
Favourite players.
So Michaela is Tibi in seat 8. says his favourite hand is Ace King suited. It's not been on the TV table before. Bit of a closed book, that one.
Yeah,
too
he's
much
not giving
from
too
him.
much away.
No. And Juraj Shoshevitska there, 24-year-old in seat 6. Favourite hand is aces as well. 114k in Rozvadov, he said. Favourite poker player is Doug Polk. And I know that he does do some of the upswing courses, the study material, and works through that. And he's in for 500 and off to a nice early start, booking a €200 profit within about 10 minutes.
Table 20 is opening for Texas Hold'em cash game, blinds 1-2, minimum buy-in 100.
No one else has really given us anything to work with, so that's pretty much it for the
Well, we could make up some stories about them.
yeah, we can always do that.
C3 fold.
Got Stefan folding 4-8 suited there. A player that was giving me the business the last few nights for being too tight.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that one before from you.
Well, no, I think he was trying to get me drunk and just widen my range to a 40% VPIP. It did work. I was hoping quite wide the other day on stream.
Yeah.
Good chap, Stefan. He's good to play with.
Was he the fellow that kept on picking up aces and kings?
Oh, yeah.
When all the straddles were in last night.
Oh yeah, Stefan yesterday he begrudgingly put in a €10 straddle.
Oh yeah.
Georgie made it 20. Double straddle. Stefan was not happy with that until it goes round to him and he finds aces in a raised pot.
Yeah.
With a €40 straddle.
The 40 straddle.
And the very next hand, very similar situation, but he wakes up with kings this time. So for someone that didn't want to play in a straddle pot, he certainly got the most out of it in the end.
C3 fold. 3 players.
So multi-way action here on an ace-high board. It's not going to favour anyone in terms of their hands. However, in terms of ranges, Milinte is obviously going to be continuing here with that king-jack, blocking some strong top pairs, blocking some continues with the king of diamonds, and takes that one down with a standard c-bet there.
Straddle. Straddle 5, it's okay, everybody? Seat 5, straddle 5. Seat 6, fold. Seat 7, fold. Seat 2, fold. Seat 3, fold. Seat 4, fold.
So not much to report there.
Oh,
She's had it down.
yeah, she's absolutely done it in there.
Started earlier, she? She's been on that red wine that you were having the last couple
Yeah, I
of days.
think she might have been. But at the back just knocking over stuff like it's gone out of fashion.
Stumbling around. I think she works here as well.
She does work.
Yeah, the manager will not be happy with that. You gonna have a little lick today, or?
I don't know, I've been on it for 4 days.
Yeah.
I went through half of October without a drink and thought I was the absolute nuts.
Yeah. Thought you were the don.
Yeah, came here and just
Done it
absolutely
in.
done it in.
Yeah, but you won a bit of money.
On cheap house wine.
At least it was free.
Seat 4, fold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was sort of vinegar, wasn't it?
Seat
Yeah.
5, fold.
Yeah.
Valentia electing to call the raise from Tibby and a hijack with ace-5 off.
Seat 5, checks. Seat 7, bet 15.
I think it's a little bit on the looser side. It was the 3.3x raise there. Don't know, maybe they're playing short-handed, aren't they? I guess you could call there.
Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't mind a 3-bet bluff actually from time to time.
I've been guilty of calling crappy ace hands.
Yeah. I think heads up they play a lot better than they do multi-way, and multi-way is a
absolutely, yeah.
massive leak. You do see a lot of people there coming in for the 3x like four-handed with ace-6 off and stuff in the big blind, and it's really dusting money at that point.
Yeah.
Especially in a live environment where people are sort of under 3 betting as a general sort of population trend. So they will be in there with those kind of ace-X hands that they should be 3 betting.
Yeah, for sure.
And that definitely dampens your prospects post-flop. This geezer loves it. I was playing some 5-card Omaha with him the other day.
Who, Calvin Klein?
Yeah, this guy, yeah. It's just, I don't think I've ever seen him smile.
No?
Does he know he's on camera? He's having a pick of his nose there, digging for gold.
7 fold.
Will Sammy join him?
2 fold.
Did
Yep,
you Swazi for it all?
We didn't Schwazi, we flipped a coin.
Flipped a
Me
coin.
and Sam.
I'm surprised you didn't just let the boy have a go, you know? He's doing his brains in, isn't he?
I was probably going to let him go for it anyway.
Yeah. So
It might not be the best game for
5
him.
raise.
No.
40.
I wouldn't say it's the pits. There's a couple of action players in there.
3
Yeah.
fold.
Stefan getting a bit out of line there with that 7-6 offsuit cut-off open.
Yeah, no need.
Trying to impress his mate, I reckon, Mr. Calvin Klein. Bit low on the viewer count, lads. Do feel free to share the stream. Twitch.tv/CashGameFestival will be as good to have as many of you in there as possible. And of course, as I said through the week, do let us know what you're up to. We've had some great stories. Found a guy called Huevo Rancheros, who's a British lad, Tim, living out in Mexico City, playing cash games over there. Great to hear something like that.
Getting the
isn't it?
absolute lot, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. He reckons Colombia, Bogota is the place to go.
Really?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a few friends who've just come from Bogota.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they enjoyed
What
it.
were they on the sesh, or were they actually playing?
Yeah, they weren't playing. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Just absolutely getting on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, at the prices that you get over there, it's sort of... Yeah, it's like a coffee, isn't it? Buongiorno. Ah, mi scusi. That's a little couple of quotes from Eurotrip if you haven't seen it. Great film. Some random Italian guy just walks into the train carriage and tries to get the absolute lot with the travellers. It's good fun.
4
A couple of Red Bulls around the table.
5 raise. 10.
Might be the healing solution to a couple of sore heads. Uri there looks a little bit under the weather. He was definitely on the absolute sesh the other night.
He was?
Yeah. He was like, Mister. This is what he always says to me. He's like, Mister, I go stripper. I don't like. So swing and a miss for both of these guys, but Milente with that all-important betting lead and a backdoor. Oh,
You've
and
seen
he's
it,
got a 4.
Come on, mate. How long you been doing this for?
I know, I'm absolutely toilet.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in the booth and not in the game.
Yeah.
Just a duster. Could even check that back with the backdoor diamond there, just because
Yeah.
you are going to have some ace high check backs and, you know.
Yeah, and he's completely bricking that flop a lot of the time. Let him catch up a little bit.
Yeah. Maritz, as we call him, the Grim Reaper. Whenever he comes to the table, it's never good news.
600.
Oh, here comes Sammy Clark.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sam.
Let's see if we can find some 10-4 suited 3 bets in there today.
Suit 8, 600. 4 fold. 5 fold.
Show of forced poker. Lol Sup, how's the game? Is it soft?
I wouldn't say so.
I wouldn't say. I mean, I've played in better 1-3 games, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think that there are 3 recreational players on the table, but the other guys, I think are pretty solid, to be honest.
Yeah, decent enough.
Yeah. Where are you tuning in from, Show of Force? No problem.
Straddle.
Yeah, so Uri, Andre, is the other guy, Milente, and now Sam, who's just joined the table, all playing for a living. Their sole income source being poker. I think Andre has one other one, but he does like to keep that one under wraps. It's not as dodgy as you'd think. Very smart
6
guy.
fold. 7 fold.
That's mysterious, isn't it?
What?
2 fold.
Another source of income that
Yeah.
doesn't tell anyone about.
Casino related.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Counting cards.
No.
Four
That's all I'm going to say. Make of that what you will.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
5 fold.
I'm in Bucharest. I'm playing high stakes online normally. Oh, excellent. I think we have a 2-5 stream tomorrow. If you fancy coming down and having a few drinks and a bit of a laugh. Just gonna have a look at the schedule now.
4 check. 5 check.
Show of force. Are you an MTT reg? I think you might have. I rail one of a good friend of mine. Your cash games. Okay. That name rings a bell. Do you do content on YouTube or something?
4 bet 30. 5.
Yeah, that's right. I thought I recognised you from somewhere. Nice one. Yeah, we've got Texas at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Ooh, that's an early start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Christ.
What's on later?
PLO 4-5.
Evenimentul Turbo Deep Stack va începe la ora 6 și 10 minute. We'll start the Turbo Deep Stack event at 10 minutes past 6.
Yeah, feel free to put the YouTube link in the chat for anyone watching.
7 fold. 8 fold. 3 raise 15. 4 fold. 5 fold.
Not much action so far, unfortunately.
I know, and yeah, not much table chat either. Let's hope Sam can engineer some kind of banter dynamic, because that definitely does, loosen up the action ever so slightly.
Get the boy a bottle of red wine.
Yeah.
That's what he needs.
That's what he does need.
Here
Will it
she
run
is.
in the evening also? Yeah, but not on stream. There will be higher stakes games on the outer tables. When I say No Limit starts at 1 p.m, you've got to get there a little bit earlier if you do want to play in that stream game. I'll ask what the stakes are.
2 fold. 3 fold.
Oh, come on, Stefan, open it up.
4 fold. 5 fold. 6 raise 15. 7
And we have yet another fold around, I believe.
heads up.
Okay. I think I missed the action there. Is Tibby raised under the gun with 10-8 off?
I think he's in the straddle here. You can see the
I
undergun
see,
slash
yeah.
S, and Uri has made it 15 to go. What is it, 1-3-5 then they're playing? That makes sense?
I'm not sure. I think it's more just a voluntary straddle as
Okay.
opposed to a mandatory. Tibby gets it through with 10 high.
Oh, how do we allow the? If you whisper me that link, mate, I'll post it, and then it should come up. 1 p.m. will be a bit early for me going out tonight. Whereabouts are you heading out? We went to Mojo's. Yeah, probably end up there later, won't we?
Come to Mojo with us, show force.
Yeah, come to Mojo. We do like a bit of karaoke and a bit of a barn dance.
Sing a bit of Oasis.
Yeah, exactly. Because the great thing about Oasis is even if your voice is gone, you can still sort of hack it about, can't
Yeah,
you?
you can still.
Yeah.
That sounds like a little dig.
Salvage
George.
something. No, I realised when I said that.
I absolutely.
But you were a
Lost
bit
my
worse
voice.
for wear at that point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I was trying to stay sober because I was wanted to be good for the performance.
35.
Yeah.
I got like a weird mix of nervousness and excitement before karaoke, and then when I get up there, the nervousness goes and it's just fun. But I was sitting there cacking myself yesterday because there's just so many people doing it in, and I was like, well, I need to sort of salvage something here. Right, so Sam's popped it up to 10, got the 3-bet from Stefan, attacking that under the gun raise with King Queen. Flops himself 2 overcards and a backdoor flush draw, and it's not an ideal flop for Sam here. Should be just a bet and a take.
Yeah.
3 check.
Oh wow, that's a weird one. I think you want to start applying pressure to low pairs and ace highs there with your King Queen. There's a
Yeah.
lot of reasons to bet.
Absolutely, you should be betting that board.
Yeah. Got some backdoor straight potential as well. You can barrel off on 9s and jacks.
Yeah. And Sam will let it go.
Yeah, Mojo's just an absolute blast. We were in there on a Thursday and it was full of people that were really good at karaoke. Went there last night, it was just full of absolute wagons, wasn't it? There was that one guy, what was he? He was in every song, wasn't he? Yeah. I felt like we were going to have to wrangle him off of the other mic. Because if there was a free mic, he'd just sort of mosey on up there and just sort of start trying to harmonise or just completely take over the song.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've had some good times at the in Old Town this week.
Yeah.
2 fold.
Just put your
In
Instagram
our
there.
Instagram handles.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 fold. 5 fold.
Romanian keyboards, George.
Yeah,
Not my
just
forte.
put at space.
Where's the at button?
I don't know.
7 fold.
Just type it in. Just type it. It's weird, isn't it?
Alright.
I think that's an Estonian one.
8 fold. 1 please.
Estonian one.
2 please.
Yeah, the production team are all from Estonia. Tallinn.
Right.
Hence why that's one of our most popular stops.
And is it George of all trades?
Yeah, underscore. Yeah.
How'd you do an underscore on here, mate?
God. I reckon it'll be.
3 fold.
Oh.
4
No.
fold. 5 fold.
Oh, there's the at.
Yeah, we're struggling big time here.
There we go.
There we go.
7 fold.
Got a foreign laptop and all the buttons are in strange places, basically.
Absolutely.
Took us a bit of a while. Okay, we've got a raise from Uri on the cut-off with Queen 5 suited.
Yep. So he does open the Queen 5 suited. Good to know.
I'd like to see a
standard.
I'd like to see a free bet from Alex here with Queen Jack suited.
10.
From what we've seen so far, it does seem like he's going to be the guy that's going to be taking the passive route for.
Yeah.
Does flop himself a decent piece though with backdoor backdoor diamonds and a gut shot.
Yeah.
6 check.
Okay, and that's
Another nice card for Alex. Let's see. Oh, diamond check. Yep. Still got him. And,
needs to be betting here.
Uri here, I like his decision to check back. We don't just want to be attacking this board with 100% frequency. He's going to have one of the worst hands here. No backdoor equity really, just to give up there. Would that be about the bottom suited queen that you'd open from the cutoff? I'm a bit rusty on.
Say that again.
Would that be about the bottom suited queen you're opening from the cutoff? I'm a bit rusty on opening ranges in Hold'em. I'm more of a PLO guy.
Well, I think as you know, I'm not really
Yeah.
GTO, and I do tend to change my opening ranges based on the table dynamic.
Yeah.
I think when you're playing like a tight table like this, you can open the Queen 5 suited because a lot of these guys aren't just getting out of line with
the 3 bets or
yeah.
whatever.
I'd probably open Queen 5 suited from cut off there.
Shoshevitsko with the Cash Game Festival sticker there, good to see. Gonna add you guys there, we'll see what goes down tonight. Maybe we'll show you around also, mate. That sounds like an absolute plan. Looking forward to that, boss. Thanks for tuning in. So Queen Jack suited, popping it up here, and Uri obviously out of there. Any playable hands in the mix? Stefan with the King 9, just deciding to let it go. Against +1, I guess. Now it is 8-handed.
Five, 6 raise, 10. 7 fold, 8 fold, 1 fold, 2 call.
Free bet it, Alex.
Yeah, 8-6 suited is a bit too loose of a peel here versus +1.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'd definitely be free betting this hand.
I would 3-bet a small amount of the time and mostly fold, I think, but just because of who you're up against, Uri here is a very solid player.
2 fold.
as a cash game reg show of force, if you do have any insight and if we are missing out on anything, do feel free to give some strategy input. I'm going to get myself a water, mate. Do you want
Yeah,
to?
I have a water,
Seven
mate.
fold. 8. Card the deck. 1 raise 10. 2 fold. 3 fold. 4 fold. 5 call.
Okay, we've got an open from Amatai on the hijack with King 6 suited. Malinti will come along in the big blind with Queen 9 off.
5 check.
Pretty much a brick for both players. Malinti does pick up the backdoor diamond draw.
Five bet 15. 1 fold.
And Malinti does take it down.
Straddle. 5 play.
Yeah, we had some good games yesterday, show of force. I think it's still a bit early. This game is proving fairly tight. But there was some good 2-5 yesterday, some big Omaha games. Yeah, feel free to come down if you fancy it.
1 fold. 2 call. 3
I'm sure it will pick up a little bit as the night goes on.
4 fold. 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 raise. 15. 2 call.
Okay, an open from Alex in the hijack with Ace 7 suited. Tibby comes along with the Jack 9 suited, and he picks up a monster flop there.
Oh wow!
And let's go check. He will now bet this draw, and you see the fold from Alex there.
Yeah.
With the ace high. Not many big hands to speak of so far.
No, I mean Alex there could definitely, I think, have a stab. He's got a backdoor straight draw and a backdoor flush draw there in position.
To be fair, look at some of these V pips. It's not particularly tight. It's just I don't think we've really had any spots so far. You know, there's not really been any.
How long ago did Show Force comment that? Just recently, or
Just now, I think.
okay?
Ewan Espin.
Gonna hit the gym. Yeah, I know of him. I went to play the Tallinn Summer Showdown, and he was in there playing some of the same events as our mate Endrit. They're on the same table. They both made the final table of that 550.
Oh, did he win it?
I think
Endrick come fourth.
Ingrid come fourth, didn't he? I think he might have. He was definitely top 3.
Oh, okay. Was he the drunk guy who was absolutely getting the lot?
No. He's like a proper gym guy.
Oh, okay.
He's a Unibet pro.
I'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get it. Yeah.
Why is that Show Force? You mates them yourself?
7 check.
All right, we both pick up a bit here.
1
Tibby
bet.
with middle pair and Amatai with the flush draw and a backdoor straight draw.
7 call.
Ooh, there we go.
And now we've got a bit of an action card here. Amatai
Ne pregătim să începem
to the
evenimentul
flush.
Big Stack. Jucătorii sunt așteptați la masa numărul 3.
Giving Tibby 2 pair, and Tibby's the guy who
Deep Stack
defended with
Event
6-2 off earlier and called a
Stay
flop bet
consistent.
with
Stay
3 ways,
consistent.
didn't he?
Yeah.
We're bottom pair, so
7 call.
yeah, I've definitely seen him about the block. Ooh,
Oh, that's an
disaster
action killer.
card for Amatai.
7 check.
In terms of getting another street, it's probably just his opponent's just going to fold now.
1 check.
What?
Oh, I think we've still got a bet, mate. Come on.
Put the money in, Amatai.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Oh yeah, for sure. Princess Bella. Hello.
Got Lucian loitering around the back there. Had a big score on the Omaha a few days back.
New Lucian.
Yeah, he's just saw him loitering around the back there, seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't think 1-3 hold'em is really his game.
Hunting for a game, yeah. I think he'll be in the 5-5 card later.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll look forward to watching that.
Yeah.
Should be a lot of action in there.
I'm going to ask if I can play, if it's possible.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you can commentate if you fancy it.
Well, I'm not very good at... And that,
Well, not many people are.
Well, alright. Okay, so yeah, if... So George might be playing the 5-5 Omaha later today, and you have an absolute wagon like me trying to provide commentary, even though my Omaha game is not as well polished as my friend George here. But I'll give it my best shot.
3 players.
And we'll go 3-away to a flop here.
7 check, 8 check. 6 check. 7 check. What? 10. 8 bet 10.
Sam electing to bet £10 with his middle pair and a...
Heads up.
Oh, I thought he had a backdoor draw on. No, just the middle pair. I imagine this will go...
8 check.
Okay, that's not the line I thought we would have taken there.
What, you turn your hand into a bluff on the
Yeah,
river?
you're right electing to bet for value there. I think it's a fair bet.
Sam pondering over the fact that his opponent might be a little bit more weighted towards backdoor diamond draws and does have a straight blocker.
Maybe a bit of a loose call from Sam there.
Loose call, and I don't think we need to lead there on the turn. Our hand is pretty weak, and we're not really going to get called by an awful lot worse.
No.
And when we do, those hands are often going to turn themselves into a bluff on the river when we're out of position.
Yeah, I think it's up for discussion. I don't hate a bet on the turn, but yeah, I think a lot of the time you're or I will just be betting for value there once he's called a street, opened his hand.
Yeah, I just think that we want to be leading some slightly better 5x that at least beats some other hands
Yeah.
that our opponents could continue with.
5 raise 10. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 1 fold. Heads up.
So Melinte popping it up to 10 from the hijack, getting a call from Amite in the big blind.
1 check.
And it's a favourable flop from Melinte, who is the absolute top pair warlord from the last couple of days.
He's not missed a flop,
It's just not missed, yeah.
let alone not missed a flop. He's not missed a flop where he's not hit at least top pair.
Exactly. It's just an easy life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just raising pre-flop, hitting top pair, betting. Sometimes you get a call, sometimes you don't. If not, it's coming your way. Yeah.
What's the buy-in for the 5-5 Omaha later?
It'll be €500, yeah.
500, yeah.
Yeah.
So was it just 5-5?
5 card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as in the
Five
555 we call it.
And
yeah,
the blinds are
5-5.
They are 5-5.
Yeah.
Okay. Too many fives for me
to process.
to process
after
there.
a few beverages last night. So this is typical. Andre does tend to go against the grain in terms of his opening sizings at the table because he does a lot of work on solvers, and I think he finds it easier to
Would
play
be
his range as a
for
2.5x.
Yeah.
Deep Stack Turbo.
Just because he's going to be more clued up on the SPRs. I think it's an interesting strategy, but I think in live you do benefit from. You're out.
Are you playing, Sam? Are you playing? I might jump in.
Might as well have a chance at the package.
What do you mean?
Well, just go for the absolute spin, try and win like 1,000.
All right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna jump in now. So you'll see me, guys, in about 20 minutes on the stream. I'll try my best to liven it up a bit. And I think Sam, you're gonna jump in the booth for 45 minutes.
Sounds good.
Cool. So catch you in a bit, guys.
Nice one. Princess Bella, we are in Romania, Bucharest at present, capital of Romania. We're in Bratislava last time. And yeah, I've been travelling about quite a lot recently across sort of Middle to Eastern Europe. So you weren't really happy with the game then, Sam?
No one said a word the entire time I was there.
Oh really? Yeah.
And yeah, I mean just tanking and doesn't seem to be much action going on really.
Yeah. So you 3-bet 5x squeeze here with the ace jack in position. And Andre just trying to work it out. Does elect to fold. You're quite deep there. I think we can definitely peel one.
This is what I mean.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
folding 8 to pre to a 3-bet.
Yeah, yeah. Seems a little
There's no
bit.
value to be had there, I don't think.
No, a little bit on the tighter side. At least you take down the pot.
Yep.
Which is good. So as an adjustment, I mean, you couldn't see that, but Alex 3%. Ah, he's the guy that just calls with everything. Yeah.
Ah, right.
Yeah, yeah. That wasn't VPIP. That was yeah. 3-flop raise.
Raise 12. 3 call. 4 open.
When I had 5s, did that guy have ace king, by the way?
5 call.
Fives.
He 3-bet pre and then he checked back on the flop, and I was like, oh, we must have ace king then, turn king.
3 check.
King queen.
Wow.
Yeah. King queen. Yeah. With a heart as well. It was a weird check back on the flop. I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he bets small, I just have to fold there because his range is. Well, in my head, I literally assigned him jacks plus and ace king.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even think king queen would be in there.
Yeah, he attacked your under the gun 1 open, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
When it was 8-handed.
Yeah. I thought that actually looked very strong, but I'm calling thinking I've got loads of implied odds. Apparently not.
So Malente with the check mark here with middle set on the flop. Just calling on the turn. He can definitely know that he's going to have the best hand the majority of the time here. Gets snap called. Let's see what the sizing was. 55, so it does go for the 2/3 on the river. Gets paid off very quickly. Stefan there hoping to pick off a bluff. Some sort of hand like king queen, queen 9. And Euro there, the early lead in the chip stacks, up about 211 euros.
Domnul Christopher Daniel este așteptat la masa numărul 3.
4 raise 9. 5. Straddle.
So once again, seeing some relatively slow stuff. I mean, we've not really seen many people pick up big hands, and it's been relatively 3-bet heavy. You know, like a lot of opens are getting targeted on with, you know, not just the complete nuts all the time. So it's a little bit of action. It just sort of seems to stop at pre-flop. You know.
Yeah.
Someone raises, someone 3-bets, they fold, takes it down, or raise, call, c-bet, fold. Very basic stuff so far. Not really had the chance to see anyone at the table put their skills to use. This is a massive open from 20? Oh, was he on some sort of straddle or something? Yeah, we had a straddle on. Is it morning there? No, it's not. We are 6:18 p.m. in Bucharest, which is 2 hours ahead of the UK.
It's morning if you woke up an hour ago.
Yeah, it's morning for us. Do you get good sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Other than Connor having an alarm set on every device in his hotel room, we're talking the iPad went off.
Yeah.
His phone went off despite being dead somehow.
Yeah.
Then the hotel rang him.
Yeah.
Just the absolute lot.
What's the hotel like?
Nice.
Yeah.
Very fancy, yeah.
Good stuff, good stuff. Uri loves the 3-bet with the 6-5 suited. This guy just takes it every single time, the spot. And looks like he's going to get... Is that a 4-bet? 4-bet to 110, huge 4-bet sizing there. Don't mind it from time to time. They are a fairly deep stack, and he wants to have some board coverage in that 4-betting range. I just think that the size was extremely large in position. I think Uri made it 36, was it?
Yeah.
So going 110 seems a bit of an overkill. I'd probably go anywhere between 85 and 90 there.
I got 4-bet actually, and I've got a suspicion that it might have been a bit light.
Okay.
We'll interested to see.
Yeah, no spoilers if you did or did not continue in the hand. I'm guessing from the suspicions that means probably not. You doing an Instagram Ask Me Anything there, or?
I was looking at someone else's. I haven't
right.
done one. Maybe I will.
Let's have a look. You got some good stories from last night? I haven't checked it out.
Yeah, the one and only George Sanford
Oh, the karaoke.
on the karaoke. That's about it.
Seat 3 raise it to 36. Seat 4, 5 and 6 fold.
Big Con absolutely going after it as well.
Yeah.
Seat 7 raise to 150. Seat 8 fold.
Jesus, the oh, what's this? Oh, I see, because it's my thing.
What did you say?
About to spit some absolute fire. Yeah, we had a good go at that Macklemore. That actually got the place bouncing. I had a really good time. Sort of like the ceiling can't hold us thing, and you're pointing toward that and getting all that going. Everyone was loving it.
Absolutely bouncing. Do you reckon they even knew the song?
Sorry?
Do you think people actually knew the song?
Possibly. I mean, there was a lot of English songs on the road tour, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So Tibby here, popping it up to 150. What's going on? Have we got loads of straddles?
Folded ace king.
Oh, Jesus
God.
Christ.
This is why I left this game,
Yeah.
man. Jesus Christ.
That is absolute toilet.
I bet Connor jumps in my seat and just absolutely runs it up.
Hope so. Well, not for your sake, but really fucking annoying with my Instagram. I tried to build a bit of a profile, you know, like follow and like just people in the poker community basically, and they've just sort of like banned me from doing anything apart from direct messaging basically. Can't like, can't comment on anything, can't.
Is that just for a period of time, or
I don't know, it's
are you
been
just
like
ruined on Instagram?
It's been like 2 weeks now.
Oh my god.
Pissed me off.
Seat 1 fold.
So Tibby, opening it up. Looks like, have we got some straddles on here, or the sizes have got a bit bigger, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like we got the straddles on.
I think that one might have been, there was a limp pre-flop
Okay.
or something, you just size up.
Yep.
Try and isolate that. Spot a Georgi from the mountains in the background there.
Andro literally falling asleep at the table. That's not a good sign, is it?
Let's play spot someone talking bingo.
Could be a long way.
Seat 4 fold. Seat 5 fold.
Ahoy!
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh, is this the spot?
I think it might be. Yeah, I just decided to 3-bet the guy with this. As well played, Sam. With 8-7 on the board.
I've been running into it this week. However, it's relatively standard deep stack.
Yeah,
spot.
it was just I want to knock out the blinds.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got position, really nice hand to play. Obviously, he can call as well because this kind of thing can happen. It's the kind of player where if he has like ace-4 suited, he might put in the 4-bet and I can't really continue as well.
Yeah, I would size a little bit bigger just because I think when we are 3-betting for value, button versus hijack, like over 200 big blinds or about 200 big blinds deep, go like 35 or 40.
Yeah.
But also, how much does he make it there?
85.
I'm a bit rusty on Hold'em,
could
but
even peel that.
I think you can peel that. Yeah, with 8-7 there. I don't think he's going to have much coverage around your kind of hand there, so your hand should be live versus a lot of his range. And it is one of the better hands versus the top of his range as well to be in there with, just because you get your own parts of the board, you got position. I'd probably peel the 85 and fold to sort of 95 or 100.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah. Oh, how long does this food usually take here?
Depends if they order it the first time you order it.
All right. I think it might be a bit of a language barrier sometimes.
Usually about half an hour, I think.
Yeah.
7 raise 12. Seat 8 fold. Seat 1 fold.
So where do you guys go after I left
2
you?
call.
Pass. We kind of just wandered up and down the strip.
Yeah.
Found a couple of like kind of smaller bars. I guess what kind of like 'cause he didn't want to go to a nightclub or anything. So
Yeah.
I took a couple of smaller bars. Had a few drinks there.
4 raise
Yeah, fair enough.
1.
Bit of a dance and a bit of a doolally.
Of course.
Yeah.
7 fold.
We actually nearly ended up in what was a fake taxi.
Fake taxi?
Yeah.
Not the sort of fake taxi I'm thinking of.
No, not the internet type
Oh,
fake
right,
taxi.
yeah, yeah.
It was like literally a guy. There was like a line of taxis, and a guy just came and approached us and said like, "Oh, where do you want to go?" We told him the hotel. And then yeah, he just walks us down this row of cabs. We're expecting to see a yellow cab at the end that he's going to try and get us into, and it's just like a Renault Clio, no sign posted on it or anything. We were like, "Nah, you're all right."
Yeah, yeah. Don't think so, pal.
Yeah.
So Andre flopping the absolute lot here. Gut shot, straight flush draw, and a double gutter. Any 7 jack
Yeah, that's
or
pretty good
heart
hand.
gives him an extremely strong hand.
What do you think about just shoving here against this stack size?
Oh, this guy's got 167.
Yeah, I might just put him
I
in.
think our hand's so big that we can just go for like a small street and then shove the turn.
Yeah.
Like try and get some continues from hands like 7s, 8x, 6x that can't call the turn. We've got so much equity versus those kind of hands that might be able to continue. And if he does jam over our small size, it's not the end of the world
Yeah, you
anyway,
just
of
call
course. Yeah, yeah.
We also run into Christian at the hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he staying there, is he?
Well, about 7 in the morning, just wandering around the lobby.
Is he smashed?
Like a lost lamb, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah? Just
Yeah,
licked?
yeah.
Fuck me. Everyone's an absolute degenerate in poker, aren't they?
Yeah. It's not just us, at least.
No, that's right. A bit more soothing.
Seat 7 fold. Seat 8 fold.
See that? I just folded 2s there.
Yep.
Seat 1
Because
call.
everyone was 3-betting every hand.
Seat 4 fold. Seat 5 raise to 18.
And you would have been 3-bet by Malente, so
Yeah.
1
the
call.
foresight there paying off. Amatai coming in for the limp call with the Queen 9. It's interesting because he did 4-bet the 10-9 suited, and I thought, oh, that's
Bam.
spice ball of a flop here. Trips for Amatai, and
5 bet 10.
Malente going to be continuing with that ace jack. Doesn't have any diamonds in his hand, can get some value from worse aces.
Seat 1 raise to 24.
Can get some King X of King Diamond X hands to sort of peel one. Lots of good
Ooh,
things
and
that
the
can
min
come.
click.
Oh, the old min click. Oh, I hate these
Always
spots.
feels good, yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I can't fold this, Jack.
Yeah, but
But
they
this
always
feels
just
bad.
have the fucking 9.
Yeah, most tilting thing ever.
Yeah. Let's see what sort of sizing Amate decides to use here. The problem is with that min click is that
So
you are
face
going to
up.
get like, yeah, it's so face up, and you are just going to get that street from an ace anyway. So you might as well just go larger because
And you can be bluffing. You're not
Yeah.
going to have a flush draw there and be like,
no, I'm
"Oi,
just going to
have
click
it, min click."
Yeah, I'm just going to click it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get the logic behind the click back here. It's not like we do have the diamond as well, I guess, but it's not like we've got the absolute indestructible nuts.
C5 calls.
Can Melinte find that miracle ace? He cannot. So Amate there. This is the problem. He's not even setting. What? No.
I think this was the final straw when I decided I was leaving the
Yeah,
table.
well, you check back the queen 9. It's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
your opponent has.
You see Malinte's face there.
Yeah,
Oh, I lost the minimum there. Thank you very much.
yeah. So too small on the flop,
Yeah.
too small on the turn.
He's maybe folding river, to be fair, but he's also maybe not.
Yeah. But like we could just block against the aces.
His logic was you can have better 9s, and I was like, there's only one.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. King 9.
Yeah.
And he'd only ISO that if it's suited as well, so I
Yeah.
think there's 2 combos. Yeah, very weird stuff, and I think this is when you're sort of starting to come to the end of your tether, I guess.
Yep.
Did you flick in a last hurrah straddle, or no?
Absolutely not. I think I play this hand though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pocket 8s, ready to go.
C8 raise to 15.
There's a large raise to 100 there. That makes it 15. Oh, we are on the straddle.
Yeah.
C2 fold.
And Amate
C4 fold. C5 fold.
deciding to mix in a call with the old 4-3 suited. And we're going to see a little defenski from Tibby. Yes, we are with the 10-6. So, how can this go badly for you? Yeah. Here we go. Based on how you've been running, it's going to come 4-4 deuce or something like that.
Not quite.
3 players.
Just the absolute lot for him though.
Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't want to be betting this board.
No.
Multi-way. Amate. That shrewd pre-flop call does
Knew it was coming.
get what he deserves. Flops the lot. Definitely going to be check calling one though. Lots of hands that can have a stab here in position.
What a pussy! And he obviously shows. No, yeah, what I thought there was even his bluff sync, it's going to be hard to continue against more aggression on later streets.
Yeah.
It's not really, I've got a hand that can improve too much there.
No, true. And you do block some of the hands that you might start betting with like
Yeah.
8-7.
Also, I've just seen this guy check back trip 9s.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
And he's like snap betting when check
Yeah.
too, so
Yeah.
yeah, maybe he does just have Jack X and flush draws there, but which will be hard, a difficult range to realise against. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
if I
just-
call and the rivers
yeah.
the turns a brick and he, or worse, the turns are 2, he bets again. He's
Yeah.
actually got the lot now somehow.
My initial thoughts were more theory based, you know,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the general scheme.
Oh, it's
of
definitely
things.
a theoretical check call. 100%.
Yeah, yeah. I like your reasons.
That's me. That'll do for me.
Yeah. I've had enough. I'm out.
Yeah.
So what? You in for 500? Out
Peace
for
out,
500,
boys.
something like that.
Down 100, in for 6.
Okay.
Still yet to have a winning session in Bucharest.
It might happen.
It might do.
Gonna
We've
get
got
in the
2 days left.
5 card 5-5.
Just on the absolute spin.
On the absolute spin up. Get it all back and more. Andre here with the ace queen, popping it up, of course. Melinte looking to get a bit frisky. Guess it's button versus cut off with an ace blocker, blocking top hands in your opponent's range. And Andre can obviously go one of 2 ways here.
Yeah, would you 4 betting or are you calling here?
I think versus a player like Melinte, it's nice to just defend our kind of like raise calling range here with a hand as strong as this that can stand a lot of heat on a lot of boards where your opponent's going to think that they have the overwhelming range advantage.
Like this?
This, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, more 8-high and king high, I think, where they're attacking. But you know, we do flop well and we do just defend that all-important calling range pre. Which versus a player like Melinte, he will just go after you if he thinks that you're always 4-betting your good hands. It's a weird one because, like, I don't think you're ever going to get 5-bet, but you're going to be playing 4-bet pot out of position, 200 big blinds deep with ace queen off. I think there.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Well, here's Connor arriving.
Here he is,
In the
Connor
background.
Oldroyd.
The old droid.
Wonder if he's ordered that bottle of Plonk yet. And we've got Florin Triton as well in seat 3, playing in for €1,000, so maybe some action there. Connor's in for the spin, is he, with 350? Oh no, that's what
That's
they
not
do.
Connor.
Seat 4 bets 48. Seat 5 calls.
Andre. Call, yeah, he does get the call from the
There's
ace
enough.
9. I think once he checks back the flop there,
Yeah.
his opponent is going to have a lot of hands like Jack 10. Maybe some. I don't think he'd be calling Jack 8 suited pre-flop, but there are a lot of misdraws there. Yes, thank you.
Looks nice.
Cheers. Cheers.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'll let you have that one over there just so that you're chomping away.
Raise 500. How much you play?
Connor Oldroyd looking slightly different from yesterday,
1,000.
with the glasses on.
1,000.
Going for the intellectual look.
I like the look. I think he's more of a thick-rimmed man, personally.
Yeah. I'd like to see a thick rim.
Yeah, rather than the old thin one he's got going on there. It's a bit too librarian for me.
Yeah.
How much you play? Seat new player on seat 2 plays 500. Seat 1 fold.
Quite a different lineup already here. We've got Connor joining. That's Lucian, I believe, from previous streams.
Yeah.
Getting in the mix as well.
Interesting that he's joined the table as soon as that other guy sat down for 1,000.
4 raise to 8. Seat 5
Sort of
fold.
scouting
Yeah.
earlier.
Fold. Seat 7 call. Seat 8 fold. 2 players.
Not a big fan of the call from the small blind with the Queen 10 here against the hijack open, but very favourable flop. Could actually see some fireworks here. Andrew's got a hand he might want to bluff with.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really nice 3-barrel bluff hand because when you do get to the river and diamonds have missed and things like that, with the ace 3 of clubs, you're unblocking all of those potential hands. And the small blind cold call range pre-flop should be, you know, a lot tighter than it is. Would be, you know, heavily centered around pairs and
Yeah, like 8s, 9s, that kind of thing.
yeah, suited Broadway combos as well. So we can fly a lot.
Oh, bop, there it is.
There it is.
7 check.
Tibby probably is expecting that to be a bad card.
Yeah,
Check.
and we'll be right in this assumption.
Pretty horrendous run out for the Queen 10.
But he's going to lead for a tenner.
That's not going to work.
Yeah. If you're going to try and turn your hand into a bluff versus an ace, then we need to sort of overbet there, usually between the diamonds.
Yeah.
I definitely think Andre will have a lot of ace-high checkbacks. A pair of ace checkbacks there on the turn, especially the weaker suited ones, as he had.
What are the following streams today?
2 is straddle 5.
We have 5-5, 5-card Omaha
Yep.
coming up next. And then Sveton stream later on. 2-2
Nice.
Sveton.
You still thinking you might play the Sveton?
I've got to commentate that one.
Ah.
But hoping to ask to play the 5-5 Omaha.
Okay.
Depends if they have a full table.
C3 raise to 15. C4 fold. C5 fold. C6 fold. C7 fold. C8 fold. C1 call.
2 is just called player.
Player.
But we know him to be Lucian, right? So
Yep, that is Lucian, and he's coming in with a 3-bet with the 6s.
Plays 400 more.
yeah, it looks like he's going to pop it up to 60.
Seems reasonable.
And Florian going absolutely nowhere. I love those glasses.
Yeah, I think that's what Connor needs, but with the actual description
Yeah.
lenses.
2 players.
I agree. Aviator style.
Interesting to see 6s used as a 3-bet, and he is still in the lead.
Just going to try and have a stab, fold out
C2
some
bets 50.
hands like...
Exactly like Ace Queen.
Yeah, exactly. Just overcards. Deny some equity to that. Maybe start to turn your hand into a bluff versus better pairs later on. Ooh.
Call.
Yes, now we're starting to see some action. We get the Ace Queen no diamond float. And 6s picks up a gut shot on the turn.
C2 check.
Not going to like that card though, as Queen 10 gets there, and it's tough to think of a hand that you're ahead of. Florian,
I think you could potentially take it down with a bet here.
Yeah,
It's going to be hard to continue with 6s.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ooh. How much is that? 150?
That'll do it.
Blimey.
That disgusting face.
There's just no way you can continue in this hand with the 6s here.
Or is there?
Maybe they've got some sort of history. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I thought that from the 6s being 3-bet. It's usually the exact kind of hand you don't want to 3-bet. You want to just see a flop and try and realise some equity.
Is he cool?
He's definitely.
it's 2 versus
Well, he hasn't folded. Is he thinking about shoving with the gut shot and the pair?
C2 folds.
Nope. Looks like he's doing the resigned I give up face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
That would have been a disastrous check call on the turn there.
Yeah, it was like 100 behind.
Yeah. And Florian there, with that float, turns it into a bluff on the turn and gets the job done. Good to see some action finally.
From the big blind. Thank you.
And straight in with the straddle in the next hand. Florian looks like he's going to liven the stream up a little bit, hopefully.
3 5.
Good to see it.
C4 fold. C5 fold. C6 fold. C7 fold. C8 fold. C1 call. C2 call. C3 checks. 3
A
players.
lot of junky hands so far, what have we had?
C1 check. C2 bets 10. C3 fold.
Oh, it looks like
1 fold.
called himself Darrow this time.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Florian just folding the 6 there to 1 bet.
Pentru jackpot iau pentru orice flop dat, indiferent de sus.
So you're right, Andre, Connor, Florian, Amatite.
Take €1.
All of a sudden, the game looks to have picked up a little bit.
Doesn't matter. 10 binds or nothing. Can be also just €10. I take €1.
That ice cold stare down there from Andro in Connor's direction.
Yeah.
Blimey. He's got some really devilish thoughts going on. How am I going to take this guy down? Chop him up, put it in the back of the car, no one will know.
In the Renault Clio that he's using as a taxi.
Straddle, seat 4 is straddle.
Quite impressed with us actually to have that much common sense at like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, when you're
after
absolutely bladdered.
Yeah,
You're like, no,
after
I'm not
having the
getting in
absolute
that guy's
lot.
car.
Yeah.
He's going to take you straight to the ATM.
Hang on, did Ace Jack just fold
I think so.
to a raise?
Yeah, I think I'd
One raise to 45.
fold or 3-bet.
The Ace Queen coming in with a 3-bet. Unfortunately, in pretty bad shape on this occasion.
He's going to get the bad news here. Florin's interested as well. This could get saucy. No, does make the discipline lay down. Andro does have the Jack 10 suited. Can't do anything. Melinto here has seen his opponent 4-bet earlier on. Obviously, they can't see the whole card information, but
Might have been fed it by now, yeah.
yeah, exactly. With 10-9 suited, so
Did you just
it's gonna
call?
call.
Okay.
A little bit apprehensive to get the full stack in for 170 bigs, I guess.
Oh,
This is a
wow.
board where Amitai might find a way to take this one down if he can. Find some aggression.
Yeah.
Andro will be sat there kicking
That's
his...
the perfect flop to see bet as well.
Andro will be a bit aggressive as well with the Jack. He had the Jack 10 of spades. I don't get this guy.
Yeah, how's that? How are you not betting that? You've got the nut flush draw,
Yeah.
overcard, and it's king high board, which just
Start to apply
absolutely
some pressure
favours
on
you.
Jacks
Yeah.
and 10s, 8s, 7s, you know, like all of these kind of hands. Just gets there. And Melente's going to probably think he's got the best hand here.
Yeah, probably gonna have to value bet this river now when it's checked twice.
And get called by ace 10, jacks.
Yeah.
35.
Now he's gonna get raised and be very confused.
Yeah, like, what is going on here?
So he might actually accidentally get max value here if he gets curious.
Yeah,
Surely you bet a flush draw at some point.
you'd think so. Especially as you can't have the flush draw with top pair either,
Yeah.
which might be a hand that you'd like to check back just in balance.
Seat 1 raise to 140.
Oh, snap fold.
Like, oh, whatever. I got. Yeah.
He shows it.
Yeah, a very aggressive. What's his name again? In seat 2?
Lucian slash
Lucian /
Dara.
Dara.
Yeah.
Sort of saying, oh, show the cards, mate. Come on.
Get him
What are
over.
you doing?
Good for the game.
I think the sort of energy I was getting off that was he was like, yeah, you're never bluffing there. Just show us the notes. Yeah.
Yeah, there they are.
Okay. Next time. Still a very stoic table, which is a bit of a shame.
Seat 5 is straddle 5. Seat 6 raise to 15. Seat 7 fold. Seat 8 fold. Seat 1 fold. Seat 2 call. Seat 3 call. Seat 4 fold.
Oh yes, lots more hands being played now. Seems about right. As soon as I leave the game, we've got Queen 4 in there, Jack 6, Jack 10 suited.
Lucian's in there with ace 7 off.
Yeah. And that is a whiff ball for everyone, I believe. Seven's in the
Tibia
lead.
mind it. Definitely want to have a bet here to fold out the array of overcards that you are going to be up against.
Yeah.
Seat 2 fold.
Expect we'll see a call from Florin, and maybe that's about it.
It's really nice with the 7s here as you do block 8-7 of diamonds. Sorry, 8-7 of clubs and spades. Which is going to be one of the most likely 8s as well that your opponents can have. Blocking both 8-7 combos there, and just want to take it down with the bet in general. People do tend to play very honest in those super multi-way pots. You know, there's not
Yeah.
an awful lot of bluffing going on. So when you are check 2 there and you do have 7s on the 8-8-4, definitely going to want to be sticking at a bet. Chat's gone a bit quiet. Do let us know what you're up to, where you're tuning in from, and if there's any poker on the horizon for you today. Going to have 2 more streams coming up, which is going to be the 5-5-5 card Omaha, alongside a 2-2 Sfeton stream. For those of you that don't know the game Sfeton, it's an absolute cracker. Half the pot goes to the 5-card draw hand. Half the pot has a board with community cards that goes for the 5-card Omaha. So you get a draw after the flop action, and you can draw, you know, between 0 and 5 cards. And then basically what you want to be doing is trying to play hands that can correlate with both the Sfeton and the Omaha. So really good hands are like 4 to a straight in your hand, trying to draw for the 5th card, obviously having the straight, trips in your hand, etc. Do feel free to tune in and have a watch. It's a fun game.
Me and Colin was saying yesterday, if there was a game created for George Sanford,
What is this?
Sfeton.
Yeah, definitely
You're
a
all
jack
over
of all
that.
trades, master of none.
3 bet 20. 1 fold.
So Florin isolating that limp there and taking it down with a stab on the 7-5-2.
Straddle.
So I've been fairly stoic for the last half hour or so, not really anyone
Not a lot of banter flying around.
there, which is a real shame.
One raise 11. Two fold.
Oh, hello.
I don't think that's Connor limping with 5 deuce off.
I'd be surprised. I think.
Yeah,
Is it just a straddle, maybe?
probably be a straddle, yeah.
3 raise 4. 4 fold. 5 fold.
Very aggressive fold
Yeah.
there from Andro.
Like he's eating those cards away. Must have been disgusted by them.
Just not very happy. Amitai raises to 11. It's all getting a bit weird here.
There's chips in here. Someone
Yeah,
else
yeah,
has
he's raised to 11
Ah,
with
okay.
Jack 8
And then we've seen
suited,
a 3-bet, yeah.
and called the 3-bet from Florin. For some reason Connor's just donated a fiver to the pot with the 5-2. We're not really too sure, but we'll get back to you on that one. So you should see some action here going to a turn card with Amate picking up middle pair backdoor flush draw. What size are you going as Florin here? Somewhere around 30?
Yeah.
Such a dry board, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 bet 75.
And he's gone for 75.
75, blimey.
Gonna be tough to get called by anything but a king
Yeah.
with that size, as we might see here.
Just targeting sets and a king, basically.
Oh, never mind.
No, he knows his opponent well. So a spade could make things a bit dicey. But it's the 4.
Yeah, that should do it. Unless he fancies getting very sticky. Non-believer.
Whoop. A little shake of the hands there as he revealing those aces.
Yeah.
Nice to see him go a little bit smaller just to keep that continuing range, not King X and better hands. Oh, that's a big stack of blanks
That's
coming out
not
there.
small.
Yeah.
3 bet.
Oh, he's just absolutely going for that.
175. 3/4 Botovic. Oh my god. What on earth is going on here? He's counting up his money and thinking, should I just put him on ace queen and fly it in?
Don't do it, Amatai. He's absolutely got the goods.
One pass.
And he does let it go.
And Florin with the old 3-bet bomb.
Yeah, Amatai definitely seemed to not be a believer there. I think if he'd gone for a smaller size, like maybe 100 on the turn, he probably gets another call.
Yeah, that's what I think. We got size down there just to keep that range of hands that maybe made a loose peel on the flop in there. Can't even read it.
One pass. Two raise.
Posesorul autoturismului B41HUG este rugat să-și mute autoturismul.
Just seen sevens folded to a raise and a call.
At least Florin's in there with the mighty ace-8 off.
Seven's actually in pretty good shape here.
Ooh, so a couple of top pairs out there. Tribby does have the backdoor hearts, but obviously Julian, I keep forgetting his name. Lucian.
Dera.
Ndera. With the best kicker, with the nut kicker in fact. And he does bet around pot. The reason for that is that your hand does need a lot of protection against overcards. There's a lot of draws out there on this board.
Yeah, I don't mind that. And in this case,
I think jacks and ace-10 are two hands that you can go very large with alongside some of your combo draws as well.
Yeah. It's a pretty safe looking turn. If he thinks he's got the best hand, he can bet big again here. Yeah, looks like that's the plan.
So his opponent having 3-5-3, if we bet around 100, it's going to be 340 in there with your opponent having 250 back. That sets up quite a nice river jam on a safe run out. We've got the benefit of position anyway. Does go for the 110. 115, I don't mind it as well. And in Tibby's spot here, you know, it's an interesting one. I think we still have to probably call one more just because of how wet that flop texture is.
Yeah.
10-9, loads of straight draws, flush draws out there that could be double barreling. Even a hand like ace-5 picked up. Yeah, that's a gin.
That's a rough river for Tibby.
Yeah, gin one for Dara.
Yeah. You could actually go for the lot here.
I think you should. Yeah,
I think you should.
Bit of a weird look about him, isn't it? That sort of
like a snarl.
Yeah, snarling sort of look.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to see a check back here. I think he's got to go for it.
Probably has the least symmetrical eyebrows I've ever seen. Or is that just
it's just a permanent frown, I think.
The frown, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be a
gets. Oh, yeah.
I think he moved all in.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he might have bet 100 and the guy snapped jammed.
Yeah, no idea what's going on there. Just going for a quick piss, mate.
Just big blind. No. One call.
Amatai limping under the gun with the S3 suited. I've seen some people use this kind of hands as a limp re-raise, a limp 3-bet, mixed in there with the aces, kings, and ace-king.
3 call. 4 fold, 5
Dara opening up in early position with the queen 10 off. Looking to play some pots. Florin coming along very reasonably with the 8-7 suited. Duras with the 10-8 suited. Looks like we're going to see a very multi-way flop here. Unless Amatai does pull off the limp 3-bet. And nope, he just calls. Bit of an action flop here actually. We have 2 top pairs and a flush draw for Florin.
2 bet. 30.
Everyone's got a piece actually. Amatai with the middle pair as well.
C3 call. 6 call.
Yep, not surprised to see no one particularly going anywhere here. And that doesn't change much other than giving Florin even more ways to win this pot.
2 check.
I think I'd like to see a bet here when check 2. Could go pretty big as well.
3 bet. 150. 6 4 1.
What size he's gone with here? About 150. Yeah, I like that. Gives himself other ways to win the pot. Knocks out the 10-8. We've already seen Dara being a bit of a non-believer against Florin, but this time does show the 10 and let it go. And he wins with what is currently 8 high, despite a lot of equity. Not bad in a multi-way pot.
Strada.
Connor asking Malinte for the time there because he's an absolute wagon and his phone's out here on charge since he left his charge here the other day, as did I. Andre coming in with the raise with the pocket 9s here, I presume.
10. 8 call. 1 call.
Connor getting in the mix with the Israeli Ron hand, the Queen 2, and he is against a set. But not going to win very often.
Four bet 8. 1 call.
Amatai with a very quick call with his set of 8s. Ooh, and Andre and Dara both pick up a little bit of equity here. Andre's still firing with his picked up equity and the straight draw. Question is whether Amatai is going to decide to come in with a raise now. He's against 2 hands that can both very reasonably continue to give him action. And yeah, does make the raise, which pretty much commits himself to being all in. Dera now in a bit of a horror show spot, but I think he's going to let it go, and he does. Andre might just let it go as well now. He's gone for quite a big size. Yeah, I think he could have won more there.
Missed anything?
Yeah, we just had a set against 2 pair against a straight draw.
Ooh, blimey.
And he won kind of the minimum.
Flooring one?
No, I'm a tie.
Oh, right.
Heads up limped pot between the big blind and the straddle here. Oh wow, no one's going to love that flop.
Check, 3 check.
Oh, yeah.
2 check, 3 check.
9 high betting, the best hand. Gets Dera off a chop. I know what he called. Okay, it goes bet call on the river for the chop. Very nice.
Amazing. Just absolutely sussed him out. Why didn't he just click it back?
That'd be good.
Side up. 5, 4, 6, 8, 50.
Oi, Connor's playing a hand.
1 call.
Not sure which one yet.
3, 4.
No.
There we go.
We'll soon find out. There we go. Queen Jack of Spades.
Lovely
suited
hand.
and booted. Gets a call from Amatai on the button. Andre not defending the straddle. Not the best of flops there for Connor.
Speak of the devil. Oh.
Yeah, you got a bit something under your right eye. That's just about gone now. Yeah.
Ah, it's a fly.
All right.
Ugh.
8 check, 1 check.
Connor picks up a little bit of equity on the turn here, and Brikovic.
Yeah, Brikovic-ski, Amatai picking up 2 pair on the river. Surely going to see a bet out of him, although he has been very tight in his river decision so far. Does find a bet of 25 there. Don't think Connor can come to a call here. What's his opponent bluffing with at this stage?
Yeah, there's not a lot that's missed, is there?
No. And
Good.
gets away from it. Nice discipline lay down there. Obviously, for you guys watching at home, it is very easy for us to say that because we can see the whole card information. But when you think about what a river betting range there is from someone that checked back Queen 9 earlier on Ace 9-9,
Yeah.
it's going to be tough to find a bluff. He might not even be the sort of character to float us with a 1 club hand on the flop, and most of those 1 club hands that he's going to VPip anyway pre-flop are going to have a lot of connectivity with that board. I think Jack 10 would be like the 1 bluff that he could have. That's like 3rd pair with a straight blocker, I think. Yeah.
8, 1 call. Stop. 2, 4.
Should be
Certainly a
seeing-
hand Florin's going to be playing here.
Yeah.
Coming in
Right,
for a
like
raise.
his decision to pop it up.
And if Amatai calls here, he's got him dominated.
Oh,
Oh, never mind.
Shadow with ace queen suited. No, he will be playing that one,
that won't be
certainly
getting
for a
folded.
3-bet. It's got a lot more than 360 there as well. There's 3 blacks at the bottom and a load of greens, so probably going to be playing this one about the straddles to 5 or 6 in these games?
5.
5. So it's probably got about 100 big blinds with the 5 straddle.
Yeah, not really a spot we can do much here as Florin, I don't think. Out of position,
No.
not overly deep. And okay, we're going to call.
I think Melinte, they're using a rather exploitative, larger than normal sizing. Isn't going to get too much action on this flop. That 9 of clubs in the window did look promising for Florin, but an absolute bag of dicks with it that does hit Melinte.
Good night, Princess Bella in the chat.
Good night, Bella. Sweet dreams.
You got a battery by the way, do you want this back?
What?
Do you want this back? Have you got enough?
No, I'm alright, yeah.
Can you do me a favour? What? Go on Google Maps and see if there's any place, like a phone shop where I can get you.
Yeah, there was a phone shop where we went for food the other day. Come out of here, turn right, and then right again, and go down that road.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
I doubt it will be at this time. Doubt it will be now. Might be tomorrow.
Absolutely done it in.
What? Ah.
They ain't got one. They ain't got one. They ain't got one there.
One fold. 2 fold.
Phone land, there you go.
5.
No business hours there.
Connor coming along with the Queen Jack. Oh, popping it up, is that right? 65? Have it. Yep, scoop up the dead money. Don't mind that.
Floor.
Florin leading the VPIP race with 71%. Pretty good effort.
Yeah, very good effort. He loves it, doesn't he? Jono, how you doing?
Connor with a very playable hand here, nearly accidentally raising to about 400. Does correct it and raises to a more reasonable 10 with the ace queen. Dara 3-betting the 6-4 suited.
Getting towards the end of the stream, I guess he just fancies a bit of a spin. Connor's not going anywhere. He's out of position, can be a little bit tricky to play, but when you do get someone 3-betting you when you've opened under the gun, ace queen off does shrink in terms of its overall relative strength.
Yeah, and Dara's just going to win on this flop, I imagine.
Just a check fold now,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
absolute woof of a flop for Connor.
Yep. I've got a bit of a weird stomach, I'm going to need to go to the toilet. Do you want to jump in?
Joined back in the booth by Connor.
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Exciting stream.
Definitely got better after I left. Annoyingly.
You were the bot, were you?
I don't know what's happened there, but like literally no action, no one's talking. I leave,
Well,
3 new players join the table, and there's a guy with a 71% VPIP. Seems reasonable.
Well, to be fair, me, Dira, and Florin, is it?
Yeah.
We've both sat down with a bag each, so
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? That would have opened it up a little bit, and obviously us three do have a. We do like to get into pots, so considering that there's a few type players there.
Hey, oh wait, I was just about to say Connor takes the lead, but he is absolutely in the bin. There is a set there for Amatai again.
Yeah. Love sets.
Don't we all? Is he going to bet this one? Yep. What's that? Is that more than pot on the driest turn in
It's
history?
35 he put in.
Fair enough, full pot.
And I will be coming along. Now this is a weird line.
Board does get a little bit more connected with this. Wow.
Mental, I couldn't believe it.
Do you think you've
I
got the
thought I
nuts?
got the best hand, yeah. I thought I must have the best hand. Absolutely over the moon, really, to see pocket fours there.
Yeah, he just doesn't put you to the test at all.
Just can't believe it. Like,
Absolutely, there you go.
how have I gotten away with that without having to call a river bet?
And the same thing happened earlier when I was in the table. Remember when he had the Queen 9 on the Ace 9-9?
Sorry? Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Just putting our socials in the chat, guys. That's the Instagrams for Connor and myself. If you want to follow along with the carnage that's been ensuing on the nights after the poker finishes, that's where to watch.
Absolutely awful stuff. Our Instagram stories.
Yeah.
Have we got to leave
Highest
now?
quality content on my Instagram at the moment is George of all trades himself singing Robbie Williams' Rock DJ last night and actually doing a pretty decent job of it. Andre popping it up with the Ace King makes sense. Updated chip count here. Florin lead with 1.3k, which means he's up about 300, I believe. And Malinte propping up the table. Oh, Connor's got kings. Hello. Pops it up to 20. Amatai calls the 4-3 off. Seems reasonable. Derek coming along with the Israeli Ron. And not a great deal going on. Obviously, Connor doesn't love to see the ace high flop. Hashtag always an ace in the chat. But he's still in the lead. Oh, and Amatai's going to come in with the stab with the 4-3. Why not? Dara's going to call with the Queen 2, and actually as Connor... Wow. There's a bet and a call in front of you with kings. Oh, don't fold. Don't fold, Con. Disgusted head shake. No, no! Oh my god. Still would have had the best hand. And still has the best hand. Wow. Amatai presumably announcing 1 pair rather than 3. And yep, Queen 2. Good enough for the win. I want to see Connor's face. Let's get the camera angle on Connor's face at this showdown, please. Will not be happy with that one. Definitely don't blame him for folding kings there on an ace high board when there's been a bet and a call. You're not going to be in great shape very often. But that's just a disgusting showdown to see. That's going to be a pretty tilting one. Oh, what's happened there, mate?
Got my hat, mate.
No, the kings.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see what the other guy had?
I know.
So Queen 2 won.
Oh,
The other guy just had 3-4 off.
Why?
And he bets and the other guy has to call, and then it
Why?
makes you feel like you should fold kings.
Well, yeah, I've got.
He's absolutely just put a spanner in that hand for you. Otherwise, you probably get a street or 2 of value from
I'm
Queen
calling
2.
a bet from matey boy.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
when
yeah.
Dira comes through, like,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
someone must have a.
It's going to be a bet and a
ace.
call. Someone's going to have an ace, yeah.
Well, there's no flush draw there, so
No.
I thought, well, how often
Yeah.
am I?
How
really
are you
ahead
going to be in the lead? Yeah. Not like he can
They
improve.
can't both have a queen.
Yeah. Outrageous. Like literally, he's in there with the 4-3 off, and he's made you lose that pot.
Yeah.
So annoying. When things like that happen in poker, always tilting. What we got here? 10s and a load of Raz. My money's on the 6-5 suited though.
4 players.
Never mind. Stanika, is this a new player? Yep. Just the kind of board you want to see with 10s. Sneaker going to bet the king now. Try and get some value from maybe single heart hands or Lopez. And he's going to win the first pot. You just missed Connor getting bluffed off kings, which was pretty funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How's that happen?
Ace high board, 3 ways.
Yeah.
Connor's got kings. One player's got 4-3 off, and the other player's got queen 2 suited.
Yeah.
It's like ace queen nothing. And the guy with 4-3 bets after Connor's checked. The other guy calls, and Connor thinks, how does one of them not have an ace here, and folds.
Yeah, yeah.
And the queen 2 wins at showdown.
Sounds about right.
Yep. Florian also leading the way in the pre-flop raise charts, so not just V-pipping a lot, he is using that with a bit of aggression as well. Which, if you're going to V-pip a lot, that is probably a good way to do it.
Yep.
Amatai also checked back another set on the river
Oh, no.
against Connor, so he got let off on that one at
He's
least.
got the absolute minimum.
Yeah.
2 players.
Interesting one brewing here. Both players with similar draws. And Amatai accidentally betting the best hand for value with king high.
Taking in the Omaha.
I don't know, I haven't asked Maritz yet. Is it just starting?
Do you know anything about Omaha to commentate?
Yeah, Yeah, I know that there's either 4 cards or 5 cards.
Well, that's about as much as I know as well.
And everyone just has an absolute spinner.
Yeah, that's all I know as well. We can have the Connor and Sam show if there's no other
Can't really give
cover.
you too
But
much, you know,
yeah, there won't be any in-depth analysis from me.
show analysis, but we can just have a ruffle with you. And,
Yep.
cheer on our friend George.
Yeah. Any ideas where I can find a list of future stops from No Sun? Interested in checking out an event in the future? George, I believe he can find future event information on the Cash Game Festival website if you Google that.
We haven't actually uploaded
posted
the
yet.
schedule for next year because there's still a lot of talks going on, but we can reveal that London will be the next stop in February at the Aspers Casino there in Stratford. So looking forward to that.
I've got no chance.
No.
Might not know.
What? Did you go put it behind the cash desk again? Not
For
having
some reason, they've not got it yet.
it. Sounds alright.
I feel like they can't be right.
Yeah. Stanika coming along with the Jack 9 suited against Connor's 3-bet. And still in the lead with the Ace King. Potentially not the kind of board he's going to want to continue on.
No problem, North Sun. Thanks very much for joining the Twitch chat. Going to have some 5-card pot limit Omaha 5-5 action coming up next. So Connor should just be able to take this one down with a single bet there, and does get that one through. Takes his stack back up to 941, so just a small loss so far. It's not the end of the world. How many hands have we got left?
I haven't seen Maurits yet.
Coming down to your man there is announced
Right,
the 3
yeah.
hands. I think it's these are
He looks like he's telling them now, actually. So, looks like we're coming to our last 3 hands of the stream, guys. Thank you all for tuning in.
I think they might be at the dinner at the moment. There's a dinner, isn't there?
Imagining the next stream is going to be a lot more lively than this, a lot more action and chips flying around as the 5-card PLO stream takes place.
Greek dining, 9:30.
We got into that, like.
Speak, drink, repeat.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't. I'm doing the stream.
You're going to go that.
Stanica getting a bit frisky with the 3-deuce suited here, just deciding that time to put down the put his foot on the gas, popping it up to 16 there, getting a call from Amitai with an equally loose hand, ace-9 off, and pops himself backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, and only has 3 high, but decides to check. Interesting decision. If you are going to open the 3-deuce and you get a 4 of spades on the board, bet. Looks like Amitai is just going to let him have that one there. Where is Maurits?
He was here when we got here.
Okay.
Sit 8, sit open.
Connor's had enough. Left the table with 2 hands remaining.
Last 2 hands. Sit 1, fold. Sit 2, fold. Sit 3, raise to 15.
So Florian opening it up to what should be probably about 15, I guess, with the 6-4 suited. Does indeed. And no one's really got a piece apart from Stanica with the King 5 of spades. Definitely going to be defending that. I would also 3-bet this from time to time.
Rikovic all round.
Yeah, Brikovic all round. I guess Florin's got the betting lead and some backdoor stuff going on, so he might have a stab.
Yeah, from what I've seen from him so far, I would expect he's not checking his back.
Yeah, I like his style.
And just take it down.
Last hand. Yes.
So last hand of the 1-3 stream. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride in terms of action. Gone from boring to outrageous to boring to, you know, not really sure what's going on. But we've got the 1-3-5 here.
C2 fold.
Florin picks up queens and he has been given it large so far, so he might hopefully get some action for him. Won himself about €300 so far, just playing pretty splashy, playing a lot of pots. Uri's going to defend the small blind with pocket fives.
Oh,
and
baby.
Stanica with the King Kongers in the big un.
Yeah, we're going to see some action this hand for the last hand of the stream.
Yeah, it's probably just going to be going in pre, unless Florin somehow calls and then Uri might have a go at it.
Well,
he's
he
not
definitely
folded.
hasn't folded.
Yeah.
Graphics incorrect there.
The photographer's shirt.
Yeah, it said sounds gay, I'm in.
Yeah, sounds gay, I'm in, naturally, yeah. Serendor, a big fan. Florin with the 4-bet, and look at that. An exhalation there, as if to say, oh, God, well,
my tens are going in,
Guess
I
I'm all
suppose.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, well, there it is.
Oh, no.
Florin surely not asking
no
for a
snap
count.
call. Gonna make
What?
the hero fold.
What? Outrageous if he does.
478.
No. He's doing a folding face, George. No.
Oh, he doesn't want to, does
There
he?
we
But
go,
he's
he
just
doesn't
like,
love
I know what you've
Yeah.
got, but I'll put too much of my stack in.
Yeah.
Should have.
Would you ever just peel for that reason?
No, I just 4-bet smaller and then fold if the guy
Yeah.
like ships it in like that, to be honest.
Because he's right, like it's maybe ace king, but mostly it's just gonna be aces and kings.
Yeah, I agree.
How many times are we
All
running?
diamonds.
Oh well, he's not gonna win
It's
this
a
one very
disaster
often.
for the queens. Needs
One
the
out.
queen of clubs. Nope.
No good.
And
doing
king
it twice.
making the nut flush.
Ah, he's not even bothered. He's just on his phone, chilling out.
We're running it twice, so a couple of pulls here for Florin to find that queen and get salvage half of that pot back. Brikovic, Kingovic.
Oh.
So a dagger in the salt in the wound there, sorry. With the king.
Pretty unfortunate for Florin.
Nuts on first board, effective nuts on second board. That's how we like to run it twice. Stanica, good man. I think that's going to be the end of the stream. We're going to have 5-5, 5-card Omaha coming up next, and followed by some 2-2 Sveton action. So looking forward to joining you guys a little bit later on. Stay tuned. We'll be back very shortly. Thank you very much.
I've been coming to Cash Game Festival for some time now. The games are amazing, the people are amazing, like, look at the venue. You meet so many amazing people
Yeah.
here. That's one of the things that I really value here.
The atmosphere at the table is really nice. Yeah. It's been really nice chatty table.
It's totally amazing.